Good evening, everyone. Welcome to iQuanta classes. Please confirm the audio and video if you can hear me properly. Clear? Audible? Okay. Thank you. So जैसा आप लोगों को पता है, next week we are going to start our crash course, total 2 months revision class, where we are going to learn everything from basics to advanced, all the topics, and in the end we are going to have some marathon class. Like in each marathons we are going to solve lots of questions, and we will have quant formula revision class also. And before that we are having some few classes, one class each week, each day of this week, जिसमें हम देख रहे होंगे थोड़ा बहुत बेसिक. कल अभिषेक सर ने क्लास ली थी क्वांट की, जिसमें कुछ अरिथमेटिक के कॉन्सेप्ट बताए थे सर ने और कुछ क्वेश्चंस भी डिस्कस किए थे. आई होप यू अंडरस्टूड ऑल दैट. टुडे आई एम गोइंग टू डिस्कस अबाउट LRDI section of CAT. As you already know, LRDI section is kind of the difficult part of your CAT syllabus, right? Almost everyone struggles with LRDI section, and we never fail confident in this section that we will be able to crack this section or not on the D-Day. So today I am here to make sure that you feel confident about it, and we are going to discuss everything that takes you to get 99 plus percentile easily in this LRDI section. Okay, so let's start with basic things first about LRDI section. So as per latest pattern, you know that there are 20 questions and you need to solve these questions in 40 minutes. Now as per latest pattern, there are 4 sets with 5 questions each, right? 5 questions in each set. Now this is not exactly the pattern you should be expecting this year. Chances are you will get the same pattern, but you should be ready for some different pattern also. Like you might be getting 5 sets with 4 questions each. You might be getting 2 sets of 6 questions and 2 sets of 4 questions. Or it's also possible that you can get 1 set with 6 questions, 1 set with 5 questions, and 2 sets of 2 sets of 5 questions, 1 set 6 questions, and 1 set with 4 questions. So total 20 questions as per in 40 minutes. Now, not 45 minutes, Gaurav, it's 40 minutes. It's 40 minutes. As per last 3-4 years, it's 40 minutes, not 45 minutes. Where did you learn about that? So, before we move forward, okay, in this case, you know the structure, okay, and if we talk about the percentile, okay, so if you solve 50% question, like if you solve 10 questions correctly, or if you talk about the marks, let's talk about marks, it's better that way. So total 20 questions, 60 marks. If you get 30 marks, okay, you get very close to 98 to 99 percentile, okay. So for 30 questions, you need to solve basically 10 correct questions, right? 10 correct questions. So now if you compare that 10 correct questions in 40 minutes, then you have per question 2 minutes. As per this, it looks like you have 2 minutes per question, but here you see there are 4 questions per 4 minutes per question, right? And you can get 98 to 99 percentile very easily. Okay, doesn't matter the difficulty level. If sets are difficult level, then very easily you can get 99 percentile with 30 marks. Okay, now if you talk about 1/3 of the question, like 1/3 is basically 60 marks. So 20 marks. If we talk about 20 marks, which is 1/3 of total marks, you can get very easily anything between 90 to 95 percentile. Okay. So with this, you can make the strategy how you want to move forward. Okay. And how much sets do you want to target in this exam, and you can go with that. Okay. Now let's move on to the next stage, which is strategy. What should be your strategy while attempting the mocks or sectional tests, so that you can use best of your time during exams? So tell me, what do you do at first whenever you start with LRDI sectional test or LRDI mocks? What do you do at the beginning? What's your strategy? Let me know your strategy. Aryan, per question there are 3 marks. Okay, so 20 marks is between 6 to 7 questions. Okay, let's say 7 questions. आर्यन सेक्शनल में LRDI में अच्छे स्कोर आ रहे, बट मॉक्स में नहीं आ रहे. ठीक है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि सेक्शनल में डिफ़िकल्ट या इजी है और मॉक्स में डिफ़िकल्ट है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Just about कि you are getting conscious during mocks. Okay, so just be cool and calm during mocks. Try to attempt whatever you are able to solve. Okay, don't think about it much. Direct approach, 2 minutes, easy set first, read all the sets and the questions. Okay, go through all the sets and then try to identify which one is doable. Yes. So best strategy to crack LRDI section is to scan the sets. Okay, you need to learn this. Okay, जितनी भी ज़्यादा इसकी प्रैक्टिस करोगे उतना कम टाइम लगेगा करेक्ट सेट चूज करने में. Otherwise what happens if you start directly, it's possible that, and most of the time it will happen, that you are choosing the difficult set, or you are choosing a set which is not familiar to you, and after wasting 8 to 10 minutes you realize that this is not the set I want to do. Okay, and you will move to the next set. Okay, and then you will be in panic the whole time that you have wasted your 10 minutes. Okay, so you should go fast and fast and fast, and then there you go, second set is also wasted. So this happens a lots of time. Okay, so what you should do, recognize your strength. Okay, your strong part on LRDI section, and check all the sets. Okay, if it takes initially if it takes 10 minutes, 12 minutes, even 15 minutes, because now you are writing mocks and sectional test, now is the time when you can experiment on yourself, right, about LRDI section. So if it's not easy for you to finding the easier set during first 5-6 minutes, increase your time, increase your scanning time. Okay, make it 10 minutes, but make sure that you are choosing the correct set. And once you are done with the set, then move to the next set. While you have chosen the first set, you should be thinking about that this is the only set that I am going to do today. I am going to do this time, this mock. Okay, and just completely focus on that set only. Go very easy on that set, read it completely, and then move to the next one. Apart from that, you can also follow some other strategy. Like sometimes it happens that it's not easy to solve all the 4 questions or all the 5 questions of a set. 1 or 2 particular question might be taking longer than usual time, like one set, lots of calculation, lots of question. Okay, and you are able to solve 3 questions, but the remaining 2 questions requires extra effort, like extra 6 to 7 minutes. So just skip those 2 questions and move to the next set, and try to look for the easy questions on those sets also. Sometimes there are direct questions, so for that you don't need to solve whole set completely. Okay, what you can do, you can look for the direct questions, like whenever 5 to 6 minutes are left and you have nothing to do, you are done with 1 set or 2 set or 3 set, but you still have 5 to 6 minutes, then you can look for those direct questions. So you will see that it can also improve your scores. Okay. Now, next is approach. So about approach, we are going to learn how to approach with a particular LRDI set. Okay, what's the right way of solving one logical reasoning set or data interpretation set? Usually, students think that all the LRDI sets are similar. Okay, there is a simplest approach. No, that is not correct. You should be focusing on each different type of sets with different approach, like Venn diagram sets. If you recognize it's a Venn diagram, then draw the figure and try to write down each information in the particular section. Okay, try to take them as variables, and whatever information is given, try to write them in terms of variables and then move forward. Once you are done taking all the information, then try to use those variables, try to solve those linear equations and then move forward. In case of games and tournaments, in case of games and tournaments, usually you will have to make a table. You will have to make a table and then move forward. Try to write down each information. बहुत बार ऐसा होता है, इवन डेटा इंटरप्रिटेशन के क्वेश्चंस में ऐसा होता है कि डेटा किसी और फॉर्म में गिवन होते हैं, लाइक कि बार चार्ट में और लाइन ग्राफ में और पाई चार्ट में और मे बी मल्टीपल ग्राफ्स में. तो ये थोड़ा मुश्किल होता है हर बार पढ़ना उन डेटा को. सो इट विल टेक योर 2 to 3 minutes to write down all the data in a table. Then it will become very easier to solve that set using that table. So if it requires, make a table. Okay, do not hesitate, do not waste your time thinking that each time you will have to scroll up, scroll down. Okay, it happens during mocks or exam that there are 2 graphs and you will have to scroll up, scroll down. So it's better to write down all the information in the page given. Okay. Aryan, yes, 15 mocks are enough. Okay, if you are writing mocks and reviewing them properly, okay, it should take at least 3 to 4 hours to review a mock properly. Then yes, 15 mocks are more than enough. All right. रिम जिम वी हैव टू प्रिपेयर अप टू 5 sets Venn diagram. 5 sets Venn diagram तो मैंने भी प्रिपेयर नहीं किया आज तक. कहाँ मिल गए 5 sets Venn diagram? There is no such thing. Okay, maximum there is 4 sets Venn diagram, and yes, you should practice those. 4 sets Venn diagram are usually easy. There will be lots of data, but the set will be easy. 3 sets Venn diagram could be a little tricky. अश्मित, बेसिकली ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि 2 ही सेट करने या 1 ही सेट करना है या 3 ही सेट करना है. जस्ट गो विद द फ्लो, डू नॉट टारगेट एनीथिंग. मैं हमेशा ये कहता हूं कि टारगेट करने से कुछ नहीं होने वाला. अगर आप टारगेट करके चल ही रहे हो कि क्वांट में 22 में 18 क्वेश्चंस करने, बट उतने क्वेश्चंस आ ही नहीं रहे, उतना टाइम मिल ही नहीं रहा, तो क्या फायदा टारगेट करने से, है ना. सो व्हाट यू शुड बी डूइंग इज एज पर योर बेस्ट एबिलिटी. First choose the easiest set and do that, then choose the next set and do that. So it doesn't matter if you have wasted 25 minutes on one set, so there is no point targeting when you have targeted 3 sets, right? So ऐसा कुछ भी टारगेट लेके चलने से कुछ नहीं होने वाला. Okay, just go with the flow. Anurag, all the topics, so if we start with data interpretation, so topics are tables, bar graph, line graph, pie chart, फिर multi-table graph, okay, and spider graph, bubble graph, lots of graph, but you can be assured that whatever graph has been given, okay, in your mocks or your sectional test or previous year CAT question, you can check. You won't be having any problem reading any kind of graphs. Okay, so after DI there comes logical reasoning part, where is linear arrangement. Okay, circular arrangement is not popular these days in CAT. Then comes Venn diagram, then comes games and tournaments, network flow diagram, distribution, binary logic and selections are also part of CAT syllabus, but in last 8 or 10 years there hasn't been any single set on these 2 topics. So yes, you can avoid them, and yes, these are everything. But एक problem है, अगर last 4-5 years के sets आप check करो, so बहुत मुश्किल है ये find करना कि कौन सा set किस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक से, अपार्ट फ्रॉम फ्यू लाइक कुछ सेट्स मैंने देखे जो बार ग्राफ से आए हैं, कुछ सेट्स मैंने देखे जो वेन डायग्राम के हैं, कुछ सेट्स हैं जो गेम्स एंड टूर्नामेंट्स के हैं, कुछ सेट्स हैं जो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन रिलेटेड है। अदर देन दैट लीनियर अरेंजमेंट के एक का दुक्का सेट्स मैंने देखे हैं। अदर देन दैट all the sets are kind of mixed. Okay, it could be a mix of logical reasoning and data interpretation. It could be quantitative reasoning sets or logic based data interpretation sets, reasoning based data interpretation sets, or quant based logical reasoning sets. So everything is mixed up. You cannot expect that there will be a particular set from a particular chapter apart from Venn diagram, bar graph. There is also one very important thing that I have seen in recent year papers like average mixture allegation based set. So this is very favorite part of CAT LRDI. Okay, you will see that there are multiple sets in last 4-5 years. You will see sets based on average mixture allegation. So you should be focusing on that. There was a set based on time and work also. Maybe this year there will be a set based on numbers, or maybe on time space distance, or maybe on geometry. So arithmetic or quant based data interpretation sets or LR sets are kind of popular these days. So you should be also focusing on that. Last year there was a set based on totally linear algebra. Okay, the delivery based on food delivery set was totally based on linear algebra, where you need to find integral solution and all that. So you should be focusing on each type of sets, the different varieties of sets that you can get. You should be focusing on that apart from on a particular topic, on a particular chapter. Okay. Now next I am going to talk about a little bit about approach, the right approach to the LRDI. Slow and steady. Okay, steady. As I said, you should be going slow with the set. ओके कोई जल्दीबाजी नहीं करनी है. रीड ईच इंफॉर्मेशन करेक्टली, ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड एवरीथिंग करेक्टली. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि आपने कोई स्टेटमेंट गलत पढ़ ली, ओके, और उसकी वजह से सारा कुछ गलत हो गया, सारे क्वेश्चन गलत हो गए. लाइक कहीं पे नंबर्स डिस्टिंक्ट दिए हुए हैं एंड यू मिस दैट पार्ट एंड नाउ यू आर अनेबल टू सॉल्व एन ईजी सेट. सो इट शुड नॉट बी हैपनिंग लाइक दैट. So go slow. Once you have chosen the set, go slow with that. Okay, if you go slow, you will be able to keep your efficiency to 100%. You will be able to solve it in the given time limit. But अगर जल्दीबाजी करते हो, पॉसिबल है कि शायद टाइम भी ज़्यादा लग जाए और आपके आंसर्स भी गलत आए, आपकी एफिशिएंसी उसमें मार खा रही है. So LRDI set is totally different. You should be going slow and understanding each statement. The correct interpretation is very, very important. Okay. Now Swistika, yes, cubes are also part of CAT. In last 5 years there has been 2 sets based on cubes. So yes, I forgot about that, but cubes are also there. Now considering all the possibilities, this is about if you need to take cases, somewhere you feel like there are multiple cases, like if you are getting a plus b is equal to 10, okay, and a and b are integers, positive integers, so you should be considering all the cases like a plus b is equal to, it could be possible 1 plus 9, 2 plus 8, 3 plus 7, 4 plus 6, 5 plus 5. So you should be considering all the different cases and move forward with that. You cannot leave any single case, or you cannot assume anything like let's move with this case and then solve it and then mark all the answer. No, that would be totally wrong. You should be moving forward with all the cases simultaneously and then solve it properly. Okay. Now next is rechecking. Once you are done with the table, whatever is given, once you are done with the table or the arrangement, anything, so just recheck your table, your arrangement by reading all the statements, again. Just recheck it. It will take 30 to 40 seconds, okay, and then you are done and you can solve all the questions. All right. Next comes faith. Now this is very important. What happens? Sometimes we get multiple cases. Okay. Sometimes we get multiple cases and there is no information left where you can narrow it down to one case. Okay, and then you are thinking I must be doing something wrong. ऐसा होता है कि नहीं? कितनी बार ऐसा होता है कि एक से ज़्यादा आंसर आ रहे हैं या एक से ज़्यादा टेबल बन रही है ना, मल्टीपल केसेस पॉसिबल है. अगर अरेंजमेंट है तो ऐसा पॉसिबल है कि ए इज़ लेफ्ट ऑफ बी एंड सेकेंड केस ए इज़ 3 प्लेसेस राइट ऑफ बी. ऐसा दो हो जाता है ना. मान लो 5 persons 5 different cities. So A belongs to India, B belongs to China, or it's also possible that A belongs to China, B belongs to India, and you are thinking कुछ तो मैं गलत कर रहा हूँ, है ना, कुछ तो गलत हो रही है मुझसे, ये फिक्स होना चाहिए, है ना, सारा कुछ शॉर्टेड आउट होना चाहिए, तब मैं आराम से क्वेश्चन आंसर करूँगी या करूँगा. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. यू शुड बी हैविंग faith on yourself that if you have used the right approach, if you have used all the information, then whatever you are getting is correct, is right. Maybe there are multiple answers, multiple cases possible. Read the questions, okay, read the questions if you are able to answer all the questions or not. Okay, so once you are done with the arrangement, once you are done with the table, don't think much. If there are some blank, okay, there are cases, go with it, live with it. okay, वहाँ पे ज़्यादा सोचना नहीं है. ये कॉन्फिडेंस होना चाहिए कि इतना तक तो मेरा सही है. दैट्स इट. डोंट वेस्ट योर टाइम. ओके, नाउ नेक्स्ट निर्वाणा. सो वंस यू आर डन विद ऑल द थिंग, मार्क द करेक्ट आंसर एंड यू गेट निर्वाणा. सो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज जो है इसमें वो है slow and steady, first and faith. If you go slow and steady, you will be having correct interpretation. Okay, you will be having correct interpretation, and if you have faith on yourself, you won't be wasting your time questioning yourself if you have done right or wrong, and you will answer the correct. Okay, you will answer correctly and you will get the full marks. ओके, निर्वाणा मीन्स मोक्ष की प्राप्ति, मीन्स सारे क्वेश्चन आपने सही आंसर किए इफ यू आर फॉलोइंग दीज स्टेप्स. ओके, सो समझ में आ गया क्या कहना चाह रहा हूं मैं कि इन LRDI सेक्शन व्हाट डिड यू अंडरस्टैंड. इफ यू हैव टू समराइज व्हाट आई हैव सेड फॉर LRDI sets in less than 10 words, what will you say? What have you understood? Tell me, what have you understood till now as per whatever I have said in these 24 minutes? What did you understand? Less than 10 words, tell me. Then we will move to some sets and we will see what should be our approach, what should be the correct approach, the right approach. क्या सोचना चाहिए. apart from solving all the sets, we are going to learn the right approach also. ओके, काफ़ी कुछ सीखने को मिलेगा. काफ़ी अच्छे इंटरेस्टिंग सेट्स मैंने इंक्लूड किए हैं. ओके, अपार्ट फ्रॉम सेट देयर आर सम लॉजिकल थिंकिंग ऑल्सो, सो वी विल बी फोकसिंग ऑन दैट. बट बिफोर दैट लेट मी नो फ्रॉम विच ईयर PYQ. ऋषभ, यू कैन सॉल्व लास्ट 5 years PYQs. Key to success is patience. सही. Slow and steady wins the race. Correct. Okay. All right. चलो, अच्छा लगा जान के कि आप लोग समझ गए क्या मैं कहना चाह रहा हूँ. Let's start with a very interesting puzzle. Okay. It's not a set. Okay, but the approach that I talked about is applicable here. Okay. So try to solve this puzzle. It's a puzzle actually. Okay, try this one. So this one requires making cases. If you are not making cases, okay, then you will land on wrong answer. Okay, so once again guys, I am not saying correct answers. Okay, I have seen one or two only, so you are definitely doing it wrong. As I mentioned, if it requires taking cases, doesn't matter how many cases are required, it's for everyone, not only for you. Okay, all right, let's solve this. Let's discuss this. It says Mr. Smith and Mr. Jones are two maths teachers who meet up one day. Mr. Smith lives in a house with a number between 13 and 1300. He informs Mr. Jones of this fact and challenges Mr. Jones to work out the house number by asking closed questions. Very good. Maths teachers, sick people. Mr. Jones asked if the number is bigger than 500. Mr. Smith answers, but he lies. So his answer could be yes or no, right? His answer could be yes or no. So there are two possibilities, yes or no. And it's a lie. You also need to remember that. Now, Mr. Jones asks if the number is a perfect square. Mr. Smith answers, but he lies again. So he lies and his answer could be again yes or no. Now Mr. Jones asks if the number is a perfect cube. Mr. Smith answers and feeling a little guilty tells the truth for the first time. So he tells the truth, but once again we don't know his answer. It was yes or no, we don't know. So it could be yes or no. Now, Mr. Jones says he knows that the number is one of the two possibilities. So, using this information, he land on two number. He is left with two numbers between 13 to 1300. And if Mr. Smith just tells him whether the second digit is 1, then he will know the answer. So basically out of those two numbers, one of the number has digit 1 on the second place and one of the number doesn't have digit 1 on the second place. Mr. Smith tells him and Mr. Jones says what he thinks the number is. He is of course wrong. So what is the number of Mr. Smith's house? So can you tell me how many different cases are possible here? How many different cases we should be taking to solve it properly? Let's say you have enough time, okay? There is no hurry to solve this question. How many cases we should take or we will have to consider to reach the correct answer? Yes, no, two case for first statement. Yes, no, two case for the second statement. Yes, no, two case for the third statement. So 2 into 2 into 2, total 8 cases are possible, right? 8 cases. Is this clear to everyone? So yes, we are going to discuss all those 8 cases. These are the 8 cases. Let's talk about first. So first, if we talk about first case. Now we are going to take that number is greater than 500. It's a lie, but whatever Mr. Jones have heard yes. Mr. Jones have heard yes, so he will take greater than 500, a number which is greater than 500. Is it a perfect square? Mr. Jones heard yes, so number is a perfect square. Then is it a perfect cube? Yes, so number is a perfect cube. So what should be the numbers that he is getting at the end? The number that he is getting, number is greater than 500. It's a perfect square, it's a perfect cube. Only value is 729. The only value is 729. that Mr. Jones have. But what do we know? Is this correct? No. Why? Because we know that at the end, after these three statements, Mr. Jones is left with two numbers, right? Mr. Jones is left with two numbers, but we are getting exactly one number. That means definitely this one is wrong. This case is wrong. These are not the answers that Mr. Smith gave him. Are you getting this? ये समझ में आ गया सबको कि ये केस तो नहीं था, ये आंसर्स नहीं थे मिस्टर स्मिथ के, है ना? Is this clear to everyone? That this was not the answers. Utkarsh, between 13 to 1300, how many numbers are there who are greater than 500? It's a perfect square and it's a perfect cube also. Okay. 8 cube is 512, more than 500, but it's not a square. 9 cube is a perfect square, which is also 27 square. 10 cube is 1000, but it's not a perfect square. Okay. So this case is not valid. Let's go to the second case. His answers, Mr. Smith's answers were yes, yes, no. Is it a greater than 500? Let's take greater than 500. Is it a perfect square? Yes, it's a perfect square. Is it a perfect cube? No, it's not a perfect cube. So if you find numbers which are greater than 500, between 13 to 1300, and it's a perfect square, the smallest square, what is the smallest square which is greater than 500? What is the perfect square which is greater than 500? Can we say 23 square is 529, and 23 square, then comes 24 square, up to what numbers? Up to 32 square is 1296. So Mr. Jones was left with two numbers at the end, but you can see there are lots of possibility here. Lots of possibility. Can we say this case is also not valid? Okay, let's move on to the third case, where he says yes, no, yes, means number is greater than 500. Is it a perfect square? No, it's not a perfect square. Is it a perfect cube? Yes, it's a perfect cube. Can you tell me the numbers which follows these three conditions? Numbers which are greater than 500, it's not a perfect square, but it's a perfect cube. What are those numbers? 36. 36 square is 1296. What are these numbers which are greater than 500? Even we know that at the end Mr. Jones should be left with two numbers. पहले दो नंबर मिले तो सही, हमें अभी तक दो नंबर नहीं मिले हैं लास्ट में. जब दो नंबर मिलेंगे फिर हम कंसीडर करेंगे ट्रूथ और लाई. At this time we are only considering what Mr. Jones was thinking as per Mr. Smith's response. जो भी मिस्टर स्मिथ ने रिस्पॉन्स दिया yes और no, उसके अकॉर्डिंग मिस्टर जोन्स को क्या नंबर्स मिले. अभी हम वहीं पे जा रहे हैं. अभी हम क्या करेक्ट आंसर है उस पे नहीं जा रहे. What are these numbers? So any number which is a perfect cube greater than 500. 8 cube is 512. We cannot take 9 cube, but we can take 10 cube, which is 1000. We cannot take 11 cube. Now we are left with two numbers. Now we are left with two numbers where one of the numbers have 1 at the second place and other number doesn't. Tell me, is this the correct case or not? We discussed about that. That as per Mr. Smith's response, जो मिस्टर जोन्स ने सुना उसके अकॉर्डिंग मिस्टर जोन्स ने क्या सुना कि नंबर ग्रेटर देन 500 है. उससे नहीं पता कि वो सच बोल रहा है कि झूठ बोल रहा है, वो हमें पता है ना, वो हमें पता है. बट मिस्टर जोन्स तो सच मान के चल रहा है. मिस्टर जोन्स heard that number is greater than 500, number is not a perfect square, and number is a perfect cube. Can we say these are the two numbers Mr. Jones got at the end. That's why he asked Why not 729? 729 is a perfect square. Well, it says number is not a perfect square. Okay? Clear? It's not a perfect square, guys. We are taking the third case. यहां तक क्लियर है सबको, तो मैं आगे बढ़ूंगा, है ना? ओके, नाउ अब हमें पता है कि he was lying. Now we know that he was lying. So number is less than 500. Number is less than 500. And number, this is also a lie. So number is a perfect square. And this is a perfect cube. So number is a perfect cube. This was the truth. Now, can you tell me what numbers less than 500 is a perfect square, also a perfect cube? This was a lie. This was a lie. This was also a lie, and this was truth. So we took just opposite of this, that number is less than 500. Number is a perfect square, and this was truth. So number is a perfect cube. Okay? So what's that number which is less than 500? It's a perfect square, it's a perfect cube. Can we say the only number is 64? And that is your answer. 64 is Mr. Smith's house number. This is your answer. Now, it's possible that you will get this case at the last 8th. But this was about learning to take cases. Okay, if requires, if you will have to take 8 cases, everyone else will have to take 8 cases. Okay, ठीक है, क्लियर? परफेक्ट स्क्वायर्स 25 तक तो याद होते ही हैं लोगों को यूजुअली. सो 25 तक परफेक्ट स्क्वायर्स याद होने चाहिए. परफेक्ट क्यूब 15 तक याद होने चाहिए, और जब जरूरत पड़े तो फिर निकालने पड़ेंगे. ठीक है? Vedika, no, we don't need to check further cases. You can check, but it's not required. Okay, I will show you one more case what is happening there. So in this case, number is greater than 500. Yes. Number is a perfect square. No, not a perfect square. Number is a perfect cube. No, not a perfect cube. So in this case, you get lots of numbers. All the numbers which are greater than 500 but not a perfect square, not a perfect cube, you can take lots of numbers. It will be more than 500 numbers. Okay, similarly all the rest of the cases will be discarded, but you will have to check all the cases. Okay. Given in the question that he lied. It's given in the question, Gunjan. It says, but he lies. I had also circled this. When he is lying, when he is telling the truth. It's given in the question, okay? Why is QQ truth? Because it's given in the question that third answer was truth. He was telling the truth. Numbers which are less than 500, it's also perfect square, it's also perfect cube. Number which is a perfect cube, and perfect square will be in the form of a to the power 6. Okay, a to the power 6. So 2 to the power 6 is equal to 64. 3 to the power 6 is 729. Then comes 4 to the power 6. So numbers are getting bigger. This is 2 to the power 12, 4096. So we don't consider this. Number should be less than 500. This is greater than 500. So only value we get is 64. Okay. Fourth point of the question, it says, Mr. Jones says he knows that the number is one of the two possibilities. So after these three answers, Mr. Jones is left with two numbers out of all the numbers between 13 and 1300. Listening to his answers, he figured out that his house number could be only two of the possibility. He was left with two numbers only. Okay, and one of those numbers have second digit as 1. So you can see in this case we are left with two numbers and one of the numbers have 1 as the second digit. Okay, done? Clear? Ritik, third case, you just need to follow this. Mr. Smith's answer where number is greater than 500, yes, yes. Number is a perfect square, no, so I have taken number is not a perfect square. Number is a perfect cube, yes, so I have taken perfect cube. So number greater than 500, it's not a perfect square, it's a perfect cube. There are two possibilities only, 512 and 1000. But this is wrong answer, right? Because Mr. Jones doesn't know that he is lying in these two cases, but we know that. That means he lied that number is greater than 500 while number was less than 500. He lied that number is not a perfect square but number is a perfect square. And he tells the truth that it's a perfect cube, so we took perfect cube. So only possible number is 64. So this is his house number. Okay. Subham, 216 is not a perfect square. Number should also be a perfect square. Okay. Okay. Let's move on to the next set. Are you ready? This set is from CAT ZAT previous year questions. Okay. Not CAT. This is a ZAT previous year question, but it's a really good set, marvelous set to work on your logics. Okay. How to approach sets, how to approach this type of set. In this set, it was about taking cases. In the next set, we are going to learn how to start with this type of set. Okay, ready? Are you ready? Yes, yes. Okay. Okay, so before we move forward, I hope you already know about all the features. If you don't know the features of crash course, you can look at it. Apart from all these, we are also providing exclusive material for this year only. Okay, for this year only, and batches for this year, exclusive material for quant, LRDI and verbal, all three. Lots of new questions based on totally fresh questions this year. And you can see all the features, all the application classes, live classes, all right, rigorous practice 24/7, all right. So if you are looking for any kind of boost with your preparation and if you are not enrolled with iQuanta, just go with it, okay, just go with it. Okay, let's try this one. Next year those exclusive material will be paid, okay, because lots of hard work is going behind that, okay, and those are thousands of questions. So this year we are just, as for, you can say, to be honest, just for the marketing, we are providing those exclusive material to students, and these are very helpful for them also. Okay, we have lots of content already on our dashboard and IMABC batch, so we don't need to provide any extra content. We already have enough, but those exclusive materials are fresh made this year as per latest CAT pattern, and we are giving it for free, totally free for this year. All right. So let's discuss this set now. This is about an examination had 10 multiple choice questions. Question number 1 to 10. Each question had 4 answers options A, B, C, D, of which one and only one was the correct answer. Now, for each correct answer, the candidate obtained 0 mark. There was no negative marks for the wrong answers. So if you are getting 2 marks, that means you have answered 2 questions correctly. If you are getting 5 marks, that means you have answered 5 correctly and 5 wrong. And the answers chosen by 6 candidates named Om, Pawan, Kadir, Rakesh, Simranjeet and Tracy to each of the 10 questions, and the total marks obtained each of them are shown here. Okay, so let's solve this, let's discuss this. First, where do we start? Okay, so if we had someone with 10 scores then it would have been very easy, right? Because then we would know all the answer, we would have the answer keys, and then we can there is nothing to solve. But it doesn't have someone who answered all the 10 questions correctly, but we have 2 persons, Kadir and Simranjeet. Both of them have answered 7 questions correctly. Now, what do you understand from this? Let's say if I write 10 questions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Let's say that Kadir answered 1 to 7 correctly and Simranjeet answered bottom 7 correctly. Still there will be 4 questions, at least 4 questions where both of them have answered correctly. Can we say there must be at least 4 questions where each of them have answered correctly? Is this clear to everyone? That at least 4 questions, the answers of at least 4 questions, both of them have answered correctly. Batao. Can we say this? Yes, it cannot be 3 common answer. It must be at least 4 common answer. At least 4. It could be more than 4 common correct answer, but at least it will be 4. What are those 4? Let's see. What are those 4? Question number 1, different answer. 2, different answer. 3, both of them have answered correct. AA. 5, CC. Not 7. 8th and then 10th. So exactly 4 questions, both of them have answered same. Okay, all right. Yes, this is the method that I am following. Okay, this is the method that I would do in exam. So now we are sure that if there are 4, so answer for these questions, the correct answer for this question must be A for this, must be C for this, D for this and A for this one. Is this correct? Okay. What about the rest of them? If you check the rest of the answers given by both of them, they are different. But we know that these 2 have answered 3 more correct answers. Okay. These 2 have answered 3 more correct answers. And there are 6 क्वेश्चन लेफ्ट. सो क्या हुआ होगा सोच के देखो, ये 4 तो इन दोनों ने ही आंसर दिए, ये 4 इन दोनों ने ही करेक्ट आंसर दिए, अब 6 बचे हुए हैं. कैन वी से कि आउट ऑफ दीज 6 क्वेश्चन 3 of them must have been answered by one of these and 3 of the rest of the question must have answered correctly by सिमरनजीत. जो 6 क्वेश्चन बचे हुए हैं 3 इसने करेक्ट दिए होंगे, 3 इसने करेक्ट दिए होंगे, कह सकते हैं, बिकॉज आंसर्स गिवन बाय बोथ ऑफ देम इन रेस्ट ऑफ द 6 क्वेश्चंस आर डिफरेंट, राइट. आयुष, यस, ऐसा पॉसिबल है कि दोनों ने इनकरेक्टली आंसर दिया है, बट वी नो दैट देयर वाज एटलीस्ट 4 क्वेश्चन, बोथ ऑफ देम हैव आंसर्ड करेक्टली. और ये 4 ही कॉमन आंसर हैं, इसका मतलब ये 4 तो करेक्ट ही है, ये 4 तो करेक्ट ही है। द रिमेनिंग 6 क्वेश्चन 3 answered correctly by Kadir and rest of the 3 must have answered correctly by Simranjit. So whatever answers given by them, we can say for question 1 the correct answer must be A or D, means each of the question must have been answered correctly by one of these. So correct answer for second question must be A or B. For fourth question it must be B or C. For sixth question C or D. For seventh question A or B. For ninth question it's B or D. That means 4 questions are common which both of them have answered correctly. Rest of the 6 questions, each question must have been answered by one of them correctly. या तो ये करेक्ट है या ये करेक्ट है, ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता कि दोनों ही इनकरेक्ट हो किसी क्वेश्चन में भी. This is not possible that both of them gave wrong answer for any of the remaining 6 questions, because we know that 4 of them are common answer which are correct. Now there are 6 different questions and 6 different answers given by them. So each question must have been answered correctly by exactly one of them. Clear है ये? चलो अब देखते हैं आगे क्या कर सकते हैं. So in case of each question, let's see. Om A or D possible, Pawan D possible, Rakesh A or D, it could be correct or wrong. In case of question number 2, can we say Rakesh is definitely answered wrong, Tracy have definitely answered wrong? Alright. In case of question number 3, answer is A. Om have answered wrong, Pawan has answered correctly. Similarly, Rakesh has answered wrong and Tracy has answered wrong. In case of question number 4, answer is B or C. So we don't know that, but Rakesh must have answered this wrong because he have answered A. Next question number 5, answer is C. That means Pawan has answered wrong, Rakesh has answered wrong and Tracy has answered wrong for question number 5. What about question number 6? Answer is C or D. So all of them could be correct. Question number 7, A or B. So we don't know anything which one is incorrect. For question number 8, answer is D. So these are incorrect answers. For question number 9, B or D. So A is incorrect. For question number 10, A is the answer. C is definitely incorrect. D is definitely incorrect. Now this is the situation that we are now in. Okay, this is the situation we have already gotten all the possibility of wrong or correct answer as per now. Okay, I hope this is clear to everyone now. Now where do we go from here? Okay, where do we go from here? Now you can see that of the remaining, if you talk about Pawan, out of we already have taken for 7 marks, let's go to the next maximum marks which is 5. If you talk about Pawan has got only 1 correct and 3 incorrect. So Pawan is left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 question, of which out of these 6 question he must get 4 correct, right? He must get 4 correct, 4 of them correct. Now in case of Pawan and Om, if you check in case of Pawan and Om and Simranjit, if you check, answers are same, DBB, 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 right? DBB, DBB and DBB. These 3 have same answers for question number 1, question number 2, question number 4, right? In case of Pawan, we know that out of the remaining 6, 4 of them are correct, 2 of them are wrong. Now in case of Om, what do we know? In case of Om, we know that out of these 3 questions, at most 2 could be correct only. Out of question number 1, 2 and 4, एट मोस्ट 2 इज करेक्ट। इज दिस क्लियर टू एवरीवन? इसमें से सिर्फ और सिर्फ मैक्सिमम कितने करेक्ट हो सकते हैं? सो एक बार ये भी मार्क कर दें कौन कौन से करेक्ट हुए हैं, ठीक है। लेट मी मार्क दिस, जो जो अभी तक करेक्ट हैं। इन केस ऑफ ए वी हैव मार्क दिस ऑलरेडी, इन केस ऑफ सी लेट्स मार्क दिस, इन केस ऑफ डी वी हैव ऑलरेडी मार्क्ड, केस ऑफ ए। सो क्या कह सकते हैं यहाँ पे, फोकस करो ओम पे। आउट ऑफ दीज 3 क्वेश्चन, क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, 2 and 4, maximum how many question would be correct for ohm? Out of these 3 questions, question 1 to 4, tell me maximum how many questions answer are DBB? How many questions these could be correct answers? Only one? सिर्फ एक कह सकते हैं कि out of these 3 question only one is correct answer as per the responses. DBB in case of Om, in case of Pawan, in case of Simranjeet. At max one is correct, right? So सोच के देखो, पवन का इन 3 में एक ही करेक्ट है, तो 1 + 1 2 हुए, तो बचे हुए 3 तो करेक्ट ही होंगे। Can we say this D must be correct, this A must be correct, this B must be correct? So in this case this is D, in this case this is A, and in this case this is B. ओके अगर इस 3 में पवन का सिर्फ एक ही सही है, तो बचे हुए 3 तो करेक्ट होने ही होंगे ना, टोटल मार्क्स 5 होने के लिए। ओके रिदम, पवन के टोटल करेक्ट आंसर है 5, जिसमें से एक ए का करेक्ट था उसका ऑलरेडी। हमें ये पता है कि इन 3 क्वेश्चन में एक ही करेक्ट हो सकते हैं ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा। क्यों? क्योंकि ये जो ओम के टोटल 2 मार्क्स हैं, एक तो ऑलरेडी आ गया यहाँ से, तो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा इन तीनों में से एक ही करेक्ट होगा ना, एक ही करेक्ट होगा ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा। इसका मतलब इस 3 में एक करेक्ट है, 2 गलत है। पवन का सोच के देखो, इस 3 में से उसे 1 मार्क्स आ रहा है बस, तो एक यहाँ से आ रहा है, एक ये हो गया क्वेश्चन नंबर 3, 2 मार्क्स आए, 3 बचे हुए थे, ये तीनों तो करेक्ट ही होंगे ना। ओके सो ये 3 करेक्ट है। चलो अब बाकी सारे मार्क करते हैं, कौन कौन करेक्ट हैं। डी डी, दिस वी क्रॉस, दिस वी क्रॉस, दिस वी क्रॉस, दिस इज ए इज करेक्ट, ए इज करेक्ट, दिस वी क्रॉस, दिस वी क्रॉस, दिस वी क्रॉस, देन कम्स बी, करेक्ट करेक्ट, दिस वी क्रॉस, दिस वी क्रॉस। देखो यहां तक सही है, कोई प्रॉब्लम है यहां तक? देखो ओम का 6 और 7 में भी हो सकता था, बट मैं यहां पे कह रहा हूं मैक्सिमम कितने हो सकते हैं करेक्ट, ये नहीं कह रहा हूं कि एग्जैक्टली 1, मैक्सिमम हो सकता था कि इसमें से 0 होंगे। ठीक है, ओके नाउ नेक्स्ट वेयर डू वी गो, वी आर लेफ्ट विद पवन DBB। ओके नाउ इफ वी फोकस ऑन सिमरनजीत के अभी तक कितने हैं और कादिर के कितने हैं, तो कादिर के 1 2 3 4 5 करेक्ट हुए हैं, है ना, 1 2 3 4 5, इन तीनों में से 2 उसके करेक्ट हैं। ठीक है, इन तीनों में से उसके 2 करेक्ट हैं, बचा कौन? सिमरनजीत। 1 2 3 4 5 6, इन तीनों में से 1 करेक्ट है। ऑल राइट, नेक्स्ट ओम का DBB। what should be our next step here? Okay, Tracy also got 2 marks, of which one of them is D, and then left A or B, A or B। राकेश का A सही है, राकेश के टोटल 3 मार्क्स हैं, है ना, राकेश के टोटल 3 मार्क्स हैं, he got 2 correct, only 1 question is left, means answer for this question must be A, so let's write down A। if you took this as A, means Tracy is correct, Simranjeet is wrong, Kadir is correct, Pawan is wrong, Om is wrong, so answer for this question is A। that means Tracy already got 2 marks, question number 1 and question number 6. That means question number 4, Tracy must have answered wrong. So B is not correct. B is not correct. C is the answer for question number 4. If C is the answer for question number 4, this is wrong, this is correct, this is wrong, and this is wrong. That means B must be correct answer for question number 2. B. Now you can check. We got our answers. Okay. Om got 2 correct, question number 2 and question number 5. Pawan got 5 correct, 2, 3, 6, 7 and 9. Kadir got 7 correct, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 and 10. Rakesh got 3 correct, question number 1, question number 7 and question number 9. Same for Simranjeet and Tracy. So only one case possible, Hemant, not multiple cases. सभी के आंसर आ गए हमारे पास. Okay. Now let's solve the questions. It says, for which of these questions is D the correct answer? D is correct answer for question number 6, question number 8, 6 and 8. Question number 8, A is correct, not B, not C, not D, not E. So answer is option A. What is the correct answer for question number 5? Question number 5, correct answer is C. So option A. Which of these questions witnessed the least number of students answering correctly? Which of these questions? So सबसे कम गोले कहाँ पे दिख रहे हैं? सबसे कम गोले आपको दिखेंगे क्वेश्चन नंबर 4 के आगे. Only Kadir got this correct. So answer is question number 4, which is B. So answer is A, B. सारा 1 to 7 नहीं, मेरे कहने का मतलब था कि कोई भी 7 क्वेश्चन ले लो कादिर के और सिमरनजीत के कोई भी रेस्ट ऑफ द 7 क्वेश्चन ले लो तो भी 4 क्वेश्चन करेक्ट, 4 क्वेश्चन कॉमन होंगे. 7 इसके करेक्ट, 7 इसके करेक्ट, 7 + 7 कितने होते हैं? 14. टोटल क्वेश्चन कितने हैं? 10. तो जो 4 एक्स्ट्रा है वो तो दोनों ने सही किए होंगे तभी आया है ना 14. 7 इसके करेक्ट, 7 इसके करेक्ट, 7 + 7 becomes 14, बट नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चन 10 है. दैट मीन्स कम से कम 4 क्वेश्चन दोनों ने आंसर दिया, कम से कम. ठीक है. सो इट्स नॉट अबाउट 1 to 7, यू कैन टेक 2 to 8. वो सिर्फ समझाने के लिए मैंने लिया था कि अगर हम एक्सट्रीम सिचुएशन भी लें कि कादिर के 1 to 7 करेक्ट थे एंड सिमरनजीत के 10 to 4 करेक्ट थे तो भी मिनिमम 4 क्वेश्चन दोनों के सही हैं, सेम क्वेश्चन. ये था कहने का मतलब. ओके. सो यू सॉ व्हाट वाज द अप्रोच हियर, that we started with the maximum. I did not start with 2 marks, I did not start with 3 marks, I did not start with 5 marks. I started with 7 because maximum answered. Okay, that's it. Level of this set, this is a ZAT level question. As I said, it was given in CAT ZAT 2022, but it was a very good set to learn about the approach. That's why I had included this. Okay, so let's continue with the next set. Ready? रितेश नहीं, मैंने कहा कि मैक्सिमम के साथ स्टार्ट करेंगे, कोई भी 2 लोगों के साथ स्टार्ट नहीं कर सकते. ओके. सो नेक्स्ट जो क्वेश्चन है वो क्वेश्चन काफ़ी खास है मेरे लिए. ओके. क्योंकि वो क्वेश्चन कंप्लीटली मेमोरी बेस्ड है. दिस इज अ सेट फ्रॉम कैट 2016. जब कैट आपको क्वेश्चंस नहीं दिया करता था बाद में री इवैल्यूएशन के लिए कि आप क्वेश्चन चेक क्यों, 2016 तक क्वेश्चंस नहीं पता होते थे. जब से कैट ऑनलाइन हुआ था तब से लेकर 2016 तक एक्चुअल कैट के क्वेश्चंस कहीं हैं ही नहीं. जो भी क्वेश्चंस है वो मेमोरी बेस्ड हैं. हो सकता है कि बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस आपको मिलेंगे जो एक्चुअल कैट के क्वेश्चंस थे ही नहीं, बट दिस सेट इज कंप्लीटली ऑथेंटिक। मैं जिस दिन मैंने ये एग्ज़ाम लिखा था उसी दिन आके मैंने जल्दी से जल्दी सारे क्वेश्चंस मैंने कंपाइल किए थे, एंड दिस इज वन ऑफ दोज सेट। सो ट्राई दिस वन। Last question was like 6 to 8 minutes are good enough to solve that set. 6 to 8 minutes, 8 minute maximum. कुछ लोग बोल रहे हैं टेबल नहीं समझ में आ रहा है। टेबल काफी सिंपल है। अंकित कैन डू जॉब ए इन 8 days, भगत कैन डू जॉब बी इन 7 days, चेतन कैन डू जॉब सी इन 9 days. Job A, job B, job C are kind of part of different orders. That's it. So देखो, it says given table provides the number of days taken by 4 people to complete different types of jobs. The group was given 2 orders, order 1 and order 2. Order 1 requires job A to be completed first, then job B. Order 2 requires job B to be completed first and then job C. Now Ankit and Chetan are doing order 1 while Bhagat and Dinesh are doing order 2 starting from day 1. So order 1, order 2 both are going simultaneously. Okay. Now Ankit works on day 1. How do they work? It's also given. Ankit works on day 1, Chetan works on day 2, then again Ankit works on day 3. So basically they are working on alternate days and then same process continues. Bhagat and Dinesh work together on day 1 and day 2 and then weekend arrives. Both take rest on day 3 and the same process continues till work is done. Now these are the question on which day. So it doesn't matter if your number of days are in fraction, you need to answer on which day work was completed. So if your answer is 7.5 days, it will be on 8th day. So answer is 8 on that case. So let's solve the order 1 first. Order 1. Order 1 requires job A plus job B, and for job A and B, Ankit and Chetan working on order 1, right? So Ankit and Chetan. So let's understand in how much time job A will be done. Ankit does job A in 8 days. So Ankit takes 8 days. Chetan takes job A, Chetan takes 6 days. So let's say total work. What will be the total work? LCM of these two is 24. So in this case, Ankit is doing 3 units per day. Chetan is doing 4 units per day. Now what will happen? Ankit will start. So Ankit will start on the first day with 3 units work done plus 4. Second day Chetan will do. So total 7 units work is done in 2 days. So we need to go till 24. 24 units work to be done. Can we say multiple of 7? 21 units work will be done in, this is 3 times, so this will take 6 days. Now 3 units work is left and it's Ankit turn now. So Ankit does 3 units per day. So 3 units, that means next Ankit will complete this. So 24 units in 7 days. So job A is done in 7 days by Ankit and Chetan. Now if we talk about job B, Ankit does job B in 10 days. So Ankit takes 10 days, Chetan takes 8 days. Let's say total work is LCM of these two, which is 40 units. Then Ankit will do 4 units per day and Chetan will do 5 units per day. Now Ankit starts first day with 4 units, Chetan next day 5 units. So 4 plus 5 becomes 9 units. Work is done in 2 days by Ankit and Chetan. So total, let's go to nearest to 40, multiple of 9 which is closest to 40 is 36. So 36 units work will be done in 8 days. Now 4 units work is done, which will be done by A Ankit on 9th day. So total 40 units in 9 days. So job B is done in 9 days. So we can say order 1 will take 7 plus 9, which is equal to 16 days. So this answers 2 of your questions. First question, on which day job A was completed. So job A was completed, okay, on which day job A was completed. This, so it was order 1, so 7 days, on 7th day. On which day order 1 was completed, it will be 16. So 7 and 16 are the answers for first and third question. Let's move on to order 2. Order 2 requires job B plus job C. Job B plus job C. Now let's move on to, and this should be done by B and D. So let's try to finish job B first. Bhagat takes 7 days to complete job B. Bhagat takes 7 days. And Dinesh takes 12 days. What is the LCM of these two? 84. So Bhagat will do 24 units of work per day, and Dinesh will do 7 units of work per day. So we can say that first day work will be done 12 plus 7, which is 19 units first day. So first day 19 units, second day 19 units, third day is rest. Can we say 38 units in 6 days? Yes, not 6 days, it will be 3 days. 38 unit work is done in, okay, 38 units work done in 3 days. First day work 19 units, second day work 19 units, third day is rest. So 38 plus 38, 76 units in 6 days. Now how much unit left? We are left with 8 units work. That means 84 units will be done in one day. They do 19 units, so 84 units will be done on 7th day. Okay, so that is our for job B by B and D. Next, job C. Okay, so job C, B takes 8 days and D takes 6 days. LCM of 8 and 6 is 24. So 3 units per day for B and 4 units per day for D. So first day 3 plus 4, 7 units in one day. 3 plus 4, 7 units in one day. So in 2 days it will be 14 units, and third day is rest. So 14 units in 3 into 2, 3 days. 14 units in 3 days. Next, what will happen? 7 units more, can we say 21 units in 4 days. And how much is left? 3 units. So in one day they complete 7 units. So rest of the 3 units must be done on the next day. So 24 units on 5th day. So we can say in this case, 5 days. On 5th day, job C will be completed. So order 2 will be done in 7 plus 5, which is equal to 12 days. So now we can answer the questions. On which day order 2 was completed? On 12th day order 2 was completed. On which day job B of order 2 was completed? On 7th day. 7, 12, 16 and 7. These are the answers. Okay. So in the first case, when we are talking about order 1, it was they are working on alternate days. Okay. 7 units in 3 days, because as per the pattern, see, it says Bhagat and Dinesh work together on day 1 and day 2, then both rest on day 3. So whatever work is done at the end of day 2 will be the same work done at the end of day 3, because day 3 is a rest day. Okay. It's given in the question, any job starts next day once previous job is completed. Okay. Once previous job is completed, the next job start the next day. So that's why we don't need to continue. 7th day क्यों लिया? See, 76 units is done in 6 days. So we are left with 8 units. You can see here that in one day 19 units is done. Okay. So in one day B and D together can complete 19 units, and what's left is 8 units only. Only 8 units left. They can complete 19 units. So can't we say that these 8 units will be done on 7th day itself? So that's why. Okay. Shubham, yes, all 4 are doing job B, but on different orders, not all together. Okay. Order 1 requires job A plus job B. Order 2 requires job B plus job C. So they are not working on job B altogether. A and C are working together, B and D are working together. Seven days in 3, 7 unit work is done in one day, because both of them are working together. So this 7 in one day. So 14 units in 2 days, but third day is rest. So that's why 14 units in 3 days. Okay. Guys, 7 units, 3 plus 4, 7 units in one day. 14 units in 3 days. Not 6 days. गौरव 8 यूनिट से ज़्यादा करेंगे, बट रिक्वायरमेंट तो नहीं है ना 8 यूनिट से ज़्यादा करने की. रिक्वायरमेंट 8 यूनिट करने के बाद ही जॉब कंप्लीट हो जा रहा है, तो उससे ज़्यादा करने की क्या ज़रूरत है. दैट्स वाई क्वेश्चन इज ऑन विच डे. इट डजंट से इन एग्जैक्टली हाउ मेनी डेज, on which day. Okay. Pratham, in order to they will take rest on 9th day. So 9th day की तो जरूरत ही नहीं आई यहां पे. On a particular job it says they work on day 1 and day 2, rest on day 3. एक जॉब की बात कर रहे हैं हम. ठीक है. So all right guys, with this we are done with today's session. I hope this was fruitful to you guys and you are looking forward to join us in the crash course. Okay. So whatever you have done with your preparation till now, if it's going good, very good. If it's not going good, we are here to help you. We are your best possibility to get you, to take you closer to your requirement, to your target. Okay. So keep practicing guys. Tomorrow it will have VARC session, and day after that I will take quant session, then LRDI and so on. Okay, so okay guys, see you on Thursday. Bye bye, good night.